Always remember when verifying locations on videos, the pause button is your friend. Sometimes you'll see something that is very fleeting in a video and you'll need to go back and freeze frame it to give yourself more information. Any ideas? Crazy ideas are okay.
That's the subway station's name.
The subway station is named there, yeah. It is near, it's quite near Taksim Square, yeah. I think it's north of it, but anyway. There are other things you can see in that video as well to help you corroborate where it is.
A restaurant's name.
Very good, there's a restaurant's name. Sometimes restaurant and shop names can be really helpful. Sometimes they can mislead you slightly because they may be part of a chain. And they may have 50 of these restaurants. So simply the restaurant's name by itself may not help. It may help, but it may not also. But you're getting very close there, so shout if you think you've got absolute verification on this. We'll look at the first point that was mentioned there was that this structure going down into the ground, okay, could have been an entrance to a shopping mall, but
He mentions the Osman Bay Metro you don't have to understand the language.
Very good, yeah. Osman Bay Metro.
You can spot it even if you don't understand the rest of the sentence.
Excellent. You don't need to speak Turkish here because the point being made in the caption with the video, it says Osman Bay Metro. That should be... Exactly, yeah. So you know this is in the area around the Osman Bay Metro. You know that he says it is. You know there's a sign for the Osman Bay Metro. Can anybody pinpoint the exact location? What we do very often when we're sending a note out to clients and say we have absolutely verified the location is, we give them an image corresponding exactly to something that is seen in the video. So they don't have to call us back and say, why do you think this is real? We're showing them it's real because here's the place in the video, here it is in real life.
Is it in Google Maps?
Is it?
In Google Maps, the street view. Do they have the street view in Google Maps?
They do.
Of the subway?
Yeah. They have a street view of the subway station, but more importantly, for purposes of verification, you can find that restaurant. If you freeze frame it, you can read the sign on the restaurant. You can then Google that. Which restaurant am I talking about? What does it look like? Yeah, some people are on the right track. Sometimes it's just a matter of freezing the frame in exactly the right spot so you get the best possible view. By their nature, many videos of protests and things like that are going to be in places, in situations where people are running and jumping and the videos are going to shake and blur. So sometimes you will have to freeze it 10 times over until you get a really good view. You'll find if you do a lot of this kind of work, you start getting accidentally good at other languages. You end up being able to read Spanish or Turkish. You know. Unfortunately, we haven't had to do a lot of verification from Finnish, so my Finnish is still not fluent. I know maybe 2 words. In China, it can be difficult. We do have several Chinese speakers. China is one of the more difficult places to get content out of. Youku is the big video sharing site. They get blocked. Not at Weibo, but have Weibo accounts and are able to effectively use Weibo and Youku and others. We have an office in Hong Kong, which has been very busy this last couple of weeks. Our Hong Kong office used to get involved in the other stuff as well, but at the moment they're doing only Hong Kong content because there's so much coming out of there. Generally, through Weibo, some people will list contacts, but contacts are very much a secondary part of what we do. It's mostly content. Some of our clients, yeah, it's generally the people in our Hong Kong office do that because you need to be able to speak the language. So we have 3 Chinese speakers, and usually, even though people will all have different dialects throughout China, everyone will be educated in Mandarin, so we tend to use that as the language, the lingua franca. The key to this one is, first of all, the Osmanbay metro station, then the seafood restaurant with the blue sign on it. Excellent. You've got it on Google Maps. Is that Google Street View? Yeah, but still it's fine. Yeah, so what you managed to find is the metro entrance and the seafood restaurant. Is that the correct one? Yes, it is, indeed. So what you have, the thing that could be slightly confusing with this is that seafood restaurant, it has several outlets. One of them is at Osmanbay. Fortunately, the different outlets have quite distinctive signs. So you can recognize this one quite quickly as the Osmanbay one. Okay, so that's close enough to the best screenshot you're going to get. And it says Shishli Balak Shishi. So there's the name of the restaurant chain. You can immediately, when you go to this, you could go to Google image search, or you could go just to the restaurant's website. You'll see on the restaurant's website, or have they changed it since the last time I was on it? No. So here's the particularly distinctive sign. You've got the 2 pieces going up the side and the pieces coming across. So you know this is the one. And this is, they have slightly redesigned the website since the last time I was there, but you can see that they have an Osmanbay outlet. And if, as I said, you can also try Google image search. Again, you'll see it here. And it turns up in lots of pages. It turns up on TripAdvisor, Turkish tourism websites and stuff like that. And it will tell you exactly where it is on a lot of these sites. So that's an example of using street signs and other things. Yes?
How about, is there a possibility to watch a video picture by picture? Because most of those frames are not sharp.
Yeah.
We're looking for the one with the most sharp image with the text.
The answer to that is yes and no. Sometimes there is. This is one case where Firefox browser can be better because Firefox will allow you to advance frame by frame. Chrome, sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. Chrome is a bit buggy that way. Firefox tends to be better, and with the forward and back buttons, you can advance frame by frame in a video. That can be very important. I did a big verification job on a massacre in Syria, and I had to isolate very tiny differences in frames of the video to identify the location and who I believed was responsible. And I was doing that for the UN, so it was kind of important that I got it right. But yeah, that's the answer to that is using Firefox. Not on Facebook videos, unfortunately, YouTube videos. So this one being a Facebook video, it wouldn't really have helped very much. This is a case of trying to do the fast finger thing and advance it by tiny increments and go back when you get it wrong. This next one is from Russia.